Wait, that was really okay. Well, that was
well, we're on fire, and guess what? We're gonna start the episode.
just like your pussy.
Yeah, my pussy is on fire, bitch. Because what? It's getting rubbed up and down, bitch.
Yeah,
it's getting rubbed. It's getting fucking burned, bitch. I got burned yesterday. You know what's so funny? Yesterday, so I was gonna tell you, I had sex yesterday, and a repeat offender, the same one who I guess we both talked to in my neighborhood, but then you were like, wait, you turned to leave because you were like, wait, he fucked you good, and I was like, yeah. And I showed Nick the goods, and it was good. It was that guy.
In
my neighborhood, yeah.
No, in your name.
What?
Our intro.
Oh, not that quickly. It's too quick.
We got into it just so quickly. I mean, we
usually banter for like a good minute, and then we go into our intro. You want to force me into my intro? Listen, Nick has been policing me ever since I go to. And by the way, Nick just everyone tells people Nick just gave his approval stamp to the police. Nick loves the police.
There's no proof of that.
He told me just earlier
I would never say that.
I would never say that. He loves the police, and you know what? Me too.
I would never.
Sometimes,
I'm gonna go on record and say I don't say that.
I'm gonna go out of a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb or off a limb.
Out on a limb.
Off on the limb or on the limb?
It's going out on a limb.
Out on a limb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going out on all the limbs to say that the police was created. I'm talking about the creation of the police.
Oh my god!
The police was created because in a normal society, it was meant for people to to keep things in order and to keep the people safe, and that was what the police was created for. Now I agree with that. I agree with the idea of police.
Okay, this has gone in a completely different direction.
the idea of police.
Can we go back to can we go back to your pussy burning?
I am Pioneer Peru,
and I'm Trailblazer Nick, and this is Pioneers and Trailblazers.
Wait, it's gonna be a chaotic one.
Oh my god.
Okay, so before Nick started policing my thoughts.
Which we do not condone the police.
But you were just policing me.
I was not policing you. That's the wrong word.
Write me down. Policing right here in front of everyone's eyes. The town is seeing. And we're gonna put this for the fucking town council vote. Was Nick policing me? Town council members, vote.
I'm doing the poll because I'm editing. Just so you know.
No, we're gonna have to make something different for the town council votes once we start inducting new members. We're gonna have to figure out a way for them to vote that's not on Spotify. We're gonna have to create something. Anyway, so my pussy was getting fucked, and it was so funny because it was a repeat offender, ass up guy, which then turned into dick out guy, which then for the third time was ass up again. So it was ass up again yesterday, and it was a last minute thing. We were both trying to figure out we were both heading out for work at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna leave at 2:45. He had to leave at 3, and he works for a very well-known athletic clothing store. And then I was like, well,
it's if you the one that you're thinking, you're right. You're right.
And it was so funny because I was like, well, then you don't, because as the townspeople know, for my job, sometimes not sometimes, all the time I have to look cute, pull a look, or at least I always pull a look. But I can't just shower and get fucked and put on jeans and go. I have to put on my lotions and potions and dress up to go to work.
Why are you trying to say some people just show up to work post fuck in just jeans? Is there something wrong with that?
No, but I'm saying for my position, it takes me longer to get fucked and then I have to get ready. So for him, I was like, listen, I have to leave for work at 2:45. You don't have to leave for work until 3. And from what we've both spoken about our jobs, you can actually just throw on some sport shorts and a sport tee and then head to work. Whereas I have to actually get ready, So he had more time at his disposal, basically. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. So then I said, you come to me, I'll be ass up. And then right. He was like, I'm rock hard naked in my room already, come to me. And I was like, well, mama, I have to shower, get ready for work, get ready for
so you were saying my time is more important.
in that instance it was, because I had to leave for work earlier and I had less time to get ready. So anyway, I wanted to be saucy and record. So I put my phone on and I was like, hey, do you mind if I record? And my phone was already prepped, but my cinematography skills were not at the top of mind, because I didn't realize that where I put my phone after I recorded it, our fuck session I was gonna send it to him. Mm-hmm. but I looked. Literally, my chair in my desk was literally like in the way of the bed.
So you record the session, but you can't see anything?
But you can't see at first, like when I'm blowing him. Like it's literally like if you're watching, like, you know, like I'm blowing him, but his dick is being covered by the chair. And so it's just my head going like this.
Wait, that's kind of cinematic and artistic if you think about it.
I mean, if you want to see,
No.
like, you'll be like, it's not.
Don't.
But then, like,
but I believe the vision.
yeah. But then when I was like on missionary and I was getting fucked, like you couldn't really see me getting fucked. You could just see our bodies on top of the chair, you know. But then when I went on doggy and like was like truly ass up, then you could see. So like the last 9 minutes of the video were like good. I was like, okay, you can.
How long
see
was the video?
Like 17 minutes.
Is your full face in it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
It's just for me.
I mean, yeah.
And him, you know.
I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, like I've said this repeatedly on this podcast. Like, once the fucking videos leak, I know they will. Like, whatever. Some jealous gay is gonna be jealous of my fame. Cool. They think they're gonna ruin me by my fucking video of me getting fucked out there. Honey, I'm gonna be like, link in bio, please. By all means, I wanna showcase how good I am in bed. And then those bitches are gonna be lucky if they even come in my fucking presence.
And speak on that.
Speak on that.
No, I was just thinking.
This many facts. Bam.
No,
bam,
and the reason why I don't record is just because so many men that I have sex with have horrible lighting, and so I just can't. When my nudes leak, I just can't have the lighting be bad.
With uggos.
And yeah, I don't want that.
That's why the fucking like the lighting is so
That's why
bad.
I don't record.
You're like, oh god, not gonna record
I
this
can't.
brick.
No, I can't.
It's
I
a brick
can't.
house.
I can't let it get out who I'm fucking. I can't let the people know what he looks like.
Oh, these
I lose all
I'm
credibility.
like, yeah, that's right. That guy fucked me. Exactly. I got that one. I got that guy, and that guy fucked me. So
Oh, I would have to go into hiding. It'd be like it's like, you know, this is gonna sound so bad. But you know, like the kinds of guys that would be on the FBI's most wanted list, just visually speaking.
Of course, that's your type.
That's what I'm having sex with.
Yeah. Most wanted, Colin Puss.
No, it's like the world. It's like FBI's most ugliest. It's like top 10 ugliest, and then it's like literally hit for hit every video that I release. Oh wait, there's another one.
It's like when the list is released, you're like, oh, those are all of the guys I've
I was like, wait, is this just my roster? Like, wait, how'd you get this information? How do you know them?
Also, visual learners, I just clocked what Nick is wearing. You're literally wearing like sports shorts. Champion, you're like.
It's Nike.
Yeah, you're mixing
wait.
sports brands, which is like a faux pas. But I mean, these shorts are giving sniffies.
Okay,
these shorts are giving like locker room. You're gonna get gangbanged.
Top is Nike. Top is Nike. It's a mock neck. Shorts, Champion, thrifted. Socks, Skechers, bought brand new.
Not Skechers.
Hair, normal.
Your hair has been giving lately. I think it's really holding curl, but also holding volume in a really nice way.
And again, thank you to Miss Trailblazer that I shouted out a couple of episodes ago, Miss Jessie's Jelly Soft Curls, for their continued support of the curl agenda.
Today I'm doing something casual and kind of like cool rockery. I'm wearing my cargo jeans with some like oversized pockets on the side.
Okay, mask.
And my ZZ top crop that I cropped myself. That's also thrifted. And my little stud earring and just some regular black socks. I'm pairing them with my Doc Martens and like really like I'm tucking because they're so balloony this jeans, but I'm tucking them into my fucking
to give a little kind of
to give like volume cargo, you know, cargo style. Yeah, it's gonna be giving. So
no, I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy for you. Do you think we're gonna be best friends forever?
until I do something that pisses you off and you're like, I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah. No, I don't think you could do that, which I think is why like we've gotten so close like this. Because I know that, like, I don't know. I don't think, like, sorry.
So I'm the one that should be worried.
I think, if anything, you really should be. Because
you're lucky I'm so forgiving.
Because you really are. Like, I feel like we were just talking about this. Nick said that I showed him a photo of, like, a screenshot of the show that I'm putting up from, like, an email I got. And he was like, oh, my God, this number's been popping up. 717 has been popping up. And I was like...
Angel number.
But what do you think it is? What was the last time you saw that number besides that screenshot of the email?
Like yesterday.
Oh, no. Where, though?
Like the time.
Oh, was it time?
I see it like at the time a lot, or like at work when I put in the DoorDash orders, like the codes to like put in like the numbers. Like
shout out DoorDash.
Shout out DoorDash. Shout out.
We love you, DoorDash.
I look it up. Like there's like certain angel numbers like LOL that I see a lot, and like I'll Google what they mean, and then I'm like, oh, love, and then I immediately forget what it means.
Oh.
But I think it means something along the lines of like you're on the right path, or like whatever. It's like it's all like woo woo shit that's like just trust in the spirit guides, and I'm like, yes, I will. The only one that I really care about is I see a lot is 777 because I know that means luck, bitch. And can I tell you one time? This is crazy. I think I told you this story, but one time it was my first like summer working at the job that we currently work at, and so like I was maybe like 2 months in.
3 years ago.
I don't want to talk about it. So it's like my first, like, it was like a second month there or whatever. And I remember it was like payday, and like I still hadn't set up direct deposit. So like I had gotten my check, and I went to McDonald's after work because there was one right by my apartment, and that was my routine. I would go like after work because it was open 24 hours, pop in for my dinner, go home, smoke with my roommate, Sarah. Shout out to Sarah, town council member. And then we'd like whatever. So then anyway, I was at McDonald's, and they printed out the receipt, and the number at the top of the receipt was 777. And I was like, what? Shut up. I was like, what does that mean? And so then I like came home, ate my meal, whatever, chatted with Sarah, got high. And then I was like, oh, let me see how much my check is this week. I opened my check. The check was so much more than it should have been.
Oh, and it was 777. And
no, no, I was like, wait, what? Because I had forgotten to clock out, like some one shift a couple of days prior or whatever before they did payroll or whatever, and I emailed the managers, and I was like, hey, I forgot to clock out. Can you just like clock me out or whatever on the train ride home? And they were like, yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. They never clocked me out. So I got paid for like way more than I should have. And so I owed her that check, and it was so fat, and I was like, oh my God. And the receipt told me that was gonna happen because it said luck. It said luck was coming, and I said, girl, when's this luck gonna come? Open the check. There was that money. Okay. I listen, I believe in it.
But I'm glad that you got that extra money. I'm sure you needed it.
I really did. And I was very happy.
Yeah, see, God gives.
Me and Sarah, we both got chills. We were like, it was like it was like two dumb bitches just telling each other exactly. but it's true.
Listen, God is giving. God knows when to give, and God knows when to take.
Yeah. So let's just hope that it's. The 717 is good. I mean, all the tarot card girlies on YouTube are telling me
they'll always tell you the same thing, Nick.
I know they're telling me the same thing, but that's a sign. That's a sign though. That means it's all connected. It's all.
How much longer do they need to tell you the same thing?
Well, sometimes they say it for a while because it has to. The energy has to, timing. No, because I will say, not to be woo like spirituality
you
again.
Woo-woo.
But
you miss woo woo. Tell the fam. Miss woo woo.
Woo woo in my woo woo.
Okay, you fucked it up. No.
I want to fuck a ghost.
Okay, Katya.
No, but I feel like it'd be kind of fun. Cause like
because you wouldn't know.
Honestly, kind of like the best of both worlds. Cause it's like
you want to get raped by a ghost?
Well, not raped. I would be consensual.
How would you get consent from a ghost?
I would say yes, I want it. I would like they make themselves known. They'd write on the wall or something, and then they'd be like
just coming out of nowhere. Like
it's in blood. It's in blood. and it's just they're like fuck, and I'm like yes, and I like open my legs.
Like you open your closet because you heard something fall, and it's like a douche bulb, and you're like,
sure.
Where did this come from? It's like the enema brand, the Fleet. It's just a Fleet.
I have extra.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like I haven't douched in a minute. I have a full.
I might fuck tonight.
I was thinking about it. I have plans this evening. I have a party to go to, but like again, we were having this conversation off pod, but like I'm so unhorny. Not like unhorny, like I am horny.
I think by now the townspeople are really familiar with your like
roller coaster.
What's it called? Leaps and valleys.
Oh, peaks and valleys.
Oh, peaks and valleys. Yeah, you either are very horny or just not horny at all. For me, I'm just like.
I'm like horny. It's like there's two levels. It's like I'm horny to be used like a fleshlight, or I'm horny for love, and so we're in the inverse one right now.
You're very much in the horny for love era. You're talking about it. You want it
because that kind of goes into my town hall because I think I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, but I'm not gonna go into super detail. But the events of this week,
just get into it.
Oh, okay. I don't have to talk about it.
No, go please.
Wow.
I want to hear about your life.
Well, I already told it to you, so you're gonna have to hear it again.
Oh, your husband?
Future.
Oh God. Okay, y'all get ready.
No, so this week I went to a movie premiere. Brag.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. Well, this is a good story. I think we were talking about Miss husband from the other location.
Oh no! I'm not gonna. name,
okay. I'm back. Everyone, come back.
I'm not gonna name names, but.
Well, it's a famous person.
But okay, well, let me get it. Okay, so.
Which, by the way, okay, you know, I'm gonna be pissed at you again in like.
Why?
Because you're not taking action. But
wait, we'll discuss. We'll unpack. Okay, so where do I begin? Where do I begin? Because
at the premiere.
Okay, I'll start the premiere. So I went to the premiere of Babes, Miss Alana Glazer, Michelle Buteau's new movie. I got invited to go,
which I was also invited to
as my +1. Which is like one of the fun, cool things that I get to do, like just living in New York. So I ended up going, but then everyone that I was like asking, you know, to kind of come along, everyone was busy and they couldn't make it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go alone, which I hate doing. Like I'd like to have a security person there, especially like at these kinds of like industry events, because it's like I just like I get overwhelmed very easily when there's like a lot of people, and
I don't.
And I see like a lot of the same people over and over again, and it's like we all kind of like loosely know each other, and so it's like I don't know, it just makes me feel like really insane and crazy. But so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna show up, I'm gonna see the movie, call it a night, go home, it'll just be fun, it's a free movie. So I get to the theater, I walk in, and I see my friend Cal, who I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. I had no idea that they were going to be there. And their uncle co-wrote the movie with Alana Glazer, so that's why they were there. And we were like, oh my god. But it was assigned seating so we couldn't sit with each other. Anyway, so I knew somebody there. I was like, thank God. But then we had to go to our seats, and so I found my seat, and I wasn't sitting next to like anyone fun or cool or whatever. But my friend Cal was like, you're never guess who I'm gonna sit by. And I was like, who? And they were like, and then name dropped very, very famous person who's kind of like having a moment. And I was like,
on a premium platform.
Yeah, on a premium platform, but they are kind of having a moment, and they had a moment a couple years ago too, so they're kind of a big deal, and they're a celebrity, and they're gay, and they're very attractive. And so then I was
they
like,
have a show out right now.
Okay, and so then they're like, oh, crazy. And I was like, oh, that's so crazy. Anyway, so the movie's over. I have to piss like a racehorse. And so we're walking out of the theater, and they have like these velvet ropes blocking off the entrance to the lobby. Like we were like walking down these stairs to like, you know, get down to the lobby or whatever. And there was like velvet ropes that are blocking that way to get out. So you could only exit the building out the front door. And they were like not letting anyone like, you know, use the bathrooms or anything. And I was like, oh my god, I have to pee so bad. And as I'm like getting ushered and herded out, my friend Cal texted me and was like, hey, stick around, I have an extra ticket to the after party if you want to come. And I was like, oh my god, wait, I would love to go. So then I waited for them outside.
Mind you already smoked at this point, right?
I had popped an edible.
Oh gosh.
Because I popped an edible for the movie because I assumed that I was going to know absolutely nobody there. I was going to show up. Also, mind you, there were also there was an influencer there that like I saw who like we kind of clocked each other, and I had like made a video about them once like a couple of years back, like during the pandemic, making fun of them, and like they probably saw it by the way that like they reacted when they saw me.
We actually never spoke in detail about that. Okay, so tell me, so you saw this influencer who's, you know, I guess not even polarizing. It seems that they're pretty loved by like millennials.
There's
maybe Gen Zers have a bigger of a divide with this personal.
Sure,
because they're like on the activism realm, but then like
Listen,
let me just say that I've interacted with this person on Grindr, and they weren't that nice. So
you messaged them on Grindr?
Very short. And I'm just like, oh, for like you mama girl with your nails, like being all like whatever, you know, like great. I'm like loving everybody and I support everybody, and I'm just like, well, you could at least afford to write more than 2 to 3 words when you respond to somebody. I mean, if you even want to respond. Well, you should have just not responded.
Well, at least they responded.
What?
At least they responded.
Yeah, but I'm like, and I actually saw them in the West Village recently. Recently, as in within the landscape that we have been talking about this person. Mm-hmm. And same thing, like wear like typical attire, like white tank top, you know, basketball shorts, like that kind of thing. Oh. And I'm just like, okay, like I don't. Yeah, but I share your sentiments with this person, and I stopped following them. So.
Oh, okay, love. Yeah. I mean, sorry to this person that you lost a follower because of me. But I during the pandemic, I've always kind of Anyway, it's just an influencer that I'm not a huge fan of, but I once made a video about them that was like kind of making fun of them, but like not in very indirectly. It didn't name names or whatever. It was just kind of like a subtweet in a way, and it didn't go like crazy viral. But like I'm sure that they saw it or like they knew or somehow, because the way that they looked at me when we like locked eyes, it was like they kind of, I think they knew who I was and like clocked it, and I was just kind of like, oh, yikes. But I wasn't sitting next to them or anything. And now I literally just saw them, but they were like, but it was like very similar uniform. It was like just a black tank top, black pants, very like trying to give
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we know that she don't give mask.
But, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, and that's part of their activism too. But I'm just like, wait, for all the things that you say, like, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, continue.
Listen, gender expression in clothing is fluid. I get it. I do the same thing.
Okay, so you're best friends.
I love them,
actually. So you love them.
Actually, now that you hate them, they're my best friend now, and I'm gonna do a podcast with them instead.
Okay.
No. So anyway, so that was interesting. So I was waiting for my friends outside, and so then my friend Cal came out. I met their uncle who co-wrote the movie. It was lovely. It was so nice. And then met like another person that knew them through family connection, and so we were all walking towards the end of the block to figure out where the bar was, where the after party was, and so then we're walking, and all of a sudden I see this figure coming up to join like our group of 4, and I see it's said celebrity who we mentioned, you know, if you said a little bit back, and I was like, but I was like playing it cool because I was like I was mid conversation, so I was like just chatting or whatever and just talking about like whatever. I can't remember what we were talking about, and then we get to the end of the street or whatever, and we were all figuring out which direction we had to start walking in, and then this person was like talking, because they're really good friends with my friend's uncle who wrote the movie, and so they were talking or whatever, and then the celebrity was like, okay, so I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go in this direction, and then we were like, okay, well, we have to walk in the opposite direction or whatever for the after party, and so then this person goes on the line and starts saying goodbye to everybody and says bye to uncle or whatever, says bye to my friend because they've met like twice before through their uncle, and then gets to me and goes, oh, hi. And I was like, literally gobsmacked. I was like, hi. And I put my hand out and I was like, hi, my name is Nick. Nice to meet you. And then they were like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you too. And then like kind of looked me up and down and was like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you, Nick. And I was like, and I literally was
not the hand out. You didn't tell me you put your hand out like a loser.
Well, like we both were like had our hands out to like shake. Like it was just like what happened.
Well, but he's hugging it. Well, I can say he was a male.
I'm cutting that. I'm gonna keep it as
so many
ambiguous.
Come on, Nick.
Keep it as ambiguous as possible.
We know it's a male.
Okay, so anyway,
it's a male.
It's a male.
Okay, it's a male. So when a male is going around a circle hugging people, it's just awkward to then just put your hand out. Like, I'm just like a hug person.
Well, we had never met before.
Listen,
this is our first time interacting, having a conversation.
I get it.
I'm not going to be like, oh, hi.
Not to interrupt, and I know that some people might find this cringe. If you're a white person and you do that, fine. But, like, I am, unfortunately, at the end of the day, a person who's just like, I'm just going to hug if I just meet you. Like, I'm going to hug, but I'm going to do this. Like, if I'm going to hug you and I don't know you, I'm like, oh my God, hi. Oh, hi, Angela. Nice to meet you. You know, like, and I just hug. Like, I'm not, to me, depends on who it is. If it's like a studio exec or something, it's just like, hi, whatever, if it feels professional. But if it's just within a circle of friends after this person already hugged everybody, I'm just like, well, I don't know, whatever.
No, I only do that if I've like met you a couple of times. If we like have like an established sort of like friendship in some sort of way. Like I'm not gonna. Sorry, excuse me. I just burped.
You're such a burper.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Eventually, it's gonna be people making a compilation video every time the fucking Nick burping for 7 minutes straight. It really is gonna be like that.
Stop! You're making me sound so low class.
Well.
So then I wouldn't, there was absolutely no way, way too sexy for me to be like, oh yeah, let me reach out and like make a bold move and try to hug.
Oh,
so then we like shook hands, and then he gave me like the up and down look and was like, oh yeah, nice to meet you, Nick. And then I was like literally so gooped and gagged, I literally just repeated again, yeah, nice to meet you. And then he went to the person next to me and said goodbye because they had met earlier in the evening or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. And then cut to the following day. I open up Grindr and tell me who looked at my profile most recently. Same man.
Yeah, but also you're forgetting a big part
Well,
of it.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna reveal that information because that's like a little bit too revealing. Because I feel like
How is that too revealing to know that you saved somebody?
Oh, well, just means that I mean he'd hit me up before, but I didn't realize.
Yeah, so that we can definitely say that.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
that's
say
a big part of the
Well,
story,
I'm not gonna
though.
say. But I'm not gonna say like how I know that information. Let's just say I know that through.
We're not saying that, but we're just saying that.
No, yeah, but okay. Anyway, so for preface, he looked at my Grindr profile. I had known previously that this man had hit me up through information that I will not divulge, but I know what his Grindr profile looks like. And so he has hit me up before in the past, and I didn't realize it because he had never given me like a face photo. And so then the following day, when I was at work, because he lives in the same neighborhood in which we work, I did see that he looked at my profile, which means that he had favorited me. Which means that he thought that I was cute, hot, and fun and sexy before meeting me. And then he looked at my profile, didn't message me, but it's fine. Peru seems to think that I need to hit him up almost immediately to try to fuck.
Yes.
But the thing is like, I don't want to just like fuck. Like if I were to be
this person is not available for a relationship now.
That's what I'm saying. So then I'm not gonna fuck.
Girl, why the fuck are we telling the story?
Because it's juicy and fun.
Yes, but like, if this person, because I was present when this person, soon after this person viewed your profile, and as any other Peru head or like person in the town who identifies Team Peru, we would have been like, oh, this is my chance. This person just saw my profile. I'm going to make it known that I know this on my profile. So I'm going to go there and at least tap their profile or send a message. What's the worst that can happen? And they think they're too cool for school and then just like not going to message. Cool. But at least I know. And that person will know.
But the thing was,
I know that I know that they viewed my profile, and I know that.
Well, the thing is, okay, I looked at his profile back. He's probably got the notification that I looked at his profile. He clearly has like Grindr Premium or whatever.
Yeah,
extra.
But some people just whatever. If he wants to play hard to get, like I'll fucking like make the move.
Oh, but the thing is like I said earlier, I'm not horny to be used like a fleshlight right now. Like I'm horny for love. So it's like I know I'm not gonna get that from this individual. So it's like I will utilize that knowledge and know that that he's interested and that he would fuck if he wants when the time is right. But right now the time isn't right because that's not what I want. So, and I think that's a really mature and adult way about going about these things. Because why would I force myself to have sexual intercourse with someone if it's not what I want? That's to just be ultimately self-harm because I know that it's not good for me and I would still be doing it. And I did that in college and we've grown.
You've grown.
We're beautiful.
You've grown, all right. We can tell.
Are you trying to say I'm big?
Well, you are.
American size? Yeah.
You'll never live that down. What caught you so hard about that?
What caught me off was when you said if I were to ever go to Peru, it would be like fee fi fo fum the way I would tower over everybody. That's what stuck with me.
That is so funny because I was just saying townspeople. I was just telling that to Nick casually. I think he really absorbed that information.
I know. I just thought it was funny.
But I mean, it is really funny because I was just like, like I like it when I go to Peru, which I haven't been to in years. But like last time I went to Peru, I was like, oh, this makes sense. Like I went to my hometown of Cusco, Peru, and I was like, oh, like the fucking sidewalks, teeny tiny, buildings not that tall. I was like, oh, it makes sense I'm from here because I fit everywhere. Meanwhile, when I was there with my ex-boyfriend, she was 6'1", fucking like, built, whatever. Bitch was fee-fi-fo-fooing too. And then you would fee-fi-fo as well because you're taller than me and you're bigger. And that's okay.
Right, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Now, you stick out like a sore thumb.
Because I'm so beautiful. And so everyone's like, who's that model? Like, who's that celebrity?
No, they're like, who's that woman? Y'all, townspeople, it's kind of crazy. Like, Nick, today, there's no braids. Today, it's listen, I'm going to pay a real compliment, okay?
Okay.
So, I'm preparing
myself for the worst.
No, it's good. Because maybe a month ago, you kind of were going through an awkward phase with your curls. But everyone goes through an awkward phase of growing your hair out. Me too. I'm in the middle of it right now. Like when you get a haircut and sometimes like it's too short, like, you know.
Yeah.
But everyone goes, because you were trying to go for a look.
Uh-huh.
And so you were just waiting for that look to materialize, right? To like grow. And like right now, it's like chef's kiss. Like right now, the volume is perfect.
Oh, thank
the
you.
length is perfect. Like the curls are holding, but there's volume there and not too much. Like it's just great.
Thank
It's a great
you.
look. Like you're giving. When you do your fucking pigtails, y'all, if you saw Nick from behind, which don't bestow that fucking
that luxury, that gift, that gift,
that fucking curse.
Wow.
But
Wow.
lately, when you turn around,
It's gonna be woman.
it's woman.
No, because you said that yesterday.
It's
Because yesterday I
Hello,
had
babe, it's woman.
Wait, I have to tell you what Lorna said to me yesterday. Because so yesterday to preface this, I had my hair. Today's wash day, so I washed my hair today before Peru came
It's
over.
wash day?
Yeah.
That's not. So this product is really good.
Thank you.
Oh, the product you're using is good. Because
you.
you could never tell it's wash day. If anything, it looks like the day before wash day.
Oh, thank you.
Because usually wash day is like fluff, for everyone.
Uh-huh.
Like hair is like poofy, like.
Well, it's still kind of damp, and she's still drying, but
Oh, it's drying.
yeah,
Okay,
she's drying.
Give it 2 hours.
But anyway, so it's hair wash day, so I didn't know what to do with my hair yesterday, so I was like, okay. After the gym, I just put it into 2 braids, and then I kept my bangs out, because normally what I'll do is, like, if I do my hair in braids, I'll French braid it, and then I'll wear, like, a bandana over, just because, like, I don't like how big my forehead looks when it's French braided, or, like, my hair is, like, back, like
Wait,
that.
pull up your bangs. This is a screenshot. This is the fucking thumbnail. We're so stupid.
So then anyway,
Who has a bigger forehead?
I don't know, measure yours.
This is with Tyra. Tyra says her forehead is 4 fingers. Mine is 4 fingers.
Mine's 4.
Oh wow, same forehead size.
Okay, cute.
Okay.
But anyway, so I kept my bangs out. So I just did 2 little braids and then kept my bangs out. And then one of our coworkers, Lorna, she was like, "Oh, it's giving Regency." And I was like, "Oh, like Regency period?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, Bridgerton slay."
This is Bridgerton. You're in Bridgerton.
Yeah, I have to tell you something about off pod because I forgot to mention it to you yesterday. But there was, because I don't know,
I don't think so.
Because there was something. Okay, because one of our coworkers. Okay.
Who I so would.
Well, okay. Yesterday,
a contemporary who's really beautiful, a himbo, but
so yesterday came downstairs, was leaving for the night. But and like has been really chatty with me recently, and like
he's getting comfortable,
Yeah. And like I'm not like.
And I keep touching him too. I'm a harasser.
No, you really are. HR's gonna be called.
I really think I'm a harasser.
And I'm gonna say I knew nothing.
Good.
Alleged. This is all alleged.
Okay, yeah, alleged.
So anyway, he was like really chatty, and then he came downstairs when it was the end of his shift, and he changed his outfit
in front of me.
Yeah. And there was a moment where I turned and I looked, and it was completely topless, and I went, "Ah!" And I was like, and was like fully just like having, and I was like, I can't have a.
Oh, so you saw what I saw then?
I see
you
what
finally saw.
No, I see what you see, but I wouldn't. But like I see what you see.
Well, you're lying to yourself.
No, I'm not lying.
Oh.
Like I guess like if it would be like a one-time thing.
Oh, I would corrupt him so bad.
Oh, it would be like a one-time thing, and like if it were to happen, it would be like this is not what would happen. This would be like in a perfect world, but would be like I'd be like a one-time thing, and then he would be like so obsessed, and I'd have to be like, I'm sorry, it's just like I just it's not what I'm not looking for anything serious, and he'd be like so upset and like so attached.
Yeah.
But like the thing would be like it would be inverse. I'd be like, why won't you love me?
Yeah. This brings up a topic that I think this can also lead into like guest shout outs and town hall suggestions, because there was a comment, comment that got some likes on the Visual Learners platform, which is Miss Tube. Please, if you're watching this right now on YouTube, stop what you're doing, pause the video, drop a comment, tell us something, emoji, whatever, just put it out there. We're about to be emoji. We're like 3 subscribers away from 700.
I know, we were 1 subscriber away and then we lost 2.
I know, we pissed some off. It's probably them. It's probably the people we're talking about. But anyway, somebody was just like, okay, we have to start something where we say like who would play her, like Trixie and Katya.
Oh, I saw that. I saw
yeah,
that.
so like, okay, who would play this coworker, or like how would we just? So because people need to have like.
Oh, that's
imagery.
hard. I'm not a casting director.
Ow.
You are. Well,
I would say who would play this coworker. Again, thick eyebrows, nice set of hair, tall, big, long torso,
okay, well,
shorter legs.
we just find an actor or like a person who would really. You don't need to describe them.
I think he could give like, no, Jude Law's too small, but like in the face is giving maybe a little bit Jude Law-ish.
Oh, it's giving like if you took early Matt Damon and Jude and like Matt Damon from like Talented Mr. Ripley and like they had sex with young Jude Law, that would be this. That'd be this.
Throw in some thicker eyebrows.
Throw in some Ben Affleck seed.
Yeah, broader shoulders and like long torso, shorter legs. But I think that's pretty much it. And like, you know, very enthusiastic himbo vibes, really sweet, really cute. I totally would, my contemporary. But it's also like I'm in a position of leadership, so like, you know, like at work I'm just like, oh my god, like, okay. Now we have this thing where we both. Well, I guess I can't disclose that much.
Anyway. We'll move on. Anyway. I was like I was talking about my braids, but anyway. Well, because anyway, I had my hair in braids, and then Peru was like, "You're giving puss." He was like, "From behind, you look like a lesbian."
It was butch lesbian.
I do give butch lesbian, just in the way that I dress. My sister. I called my sister, my older sister, today to like catch up or whatever, and she mentioned that comment that I had sent a screenshot to you of, that someone was like, "I see you transitioning in 5 years."
Yeah.
She brought that up to me. She was like, "I saw that comment," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and she was just like, "It's so funny," and I was like, haha.
I mean, we're just waiting for the transition, really, Nick. At this point,
everyone's waiting for me to come out.
All right, it's time to do some shout outs and some townhouse suggestions. Oh wait, that's Maddie West's. I took a screenshot of Maddie West sucking dick to remind myself who Maddie West was.
Wait, Maddie West. Oh, he got also Glenn Powell.
A little bit. Oh my God, Maddie West is the Glenn Powell of the porn industry. That's who would play like a Twinkie version of Glenn Powell, and he's always smiling. See on this video here. She loves what she does.
Who's the top?
Isn't that Dom King?
Oh, she's hit or miss for me.
Dom King, but I mean, she still does it though. I saw a recent video of like the interviews at the Gay VN Awards, the Gay Porn Awards, and I saw videos of like this one guy who like does interviews or whatever, who's also like, kind of like a whatever idiot, whatever. Has like 126,000 followers. I think he's self-verified, by the way, which is fine.
Wow.
But, I mean, whatever. He does
drag
innerwear. Oh, maybe that's doxing him too much.
He does what?
He does like the whole. He works with an underwear company.
Okay.
And he like all of his interviews are like, what underwear do you like? What underwear do you like to see on others? Like that's the whole thing.
Okay.
I think you know who I'm talking about. No.
No, I don't know. Wait, can I see?
Show you. Well, I'll show you later. But anyway, and I saw the red carpet of the Gay VN Awards, and I was just like, okay, Miss fucking Dom King was giving like really looks really good, of course, like Dom top, love it, and I think his videos. There was this one video I saw of Dom King where like it was an OnlyFans video and it was him fucking two bottoms. And like sometimes I find it really sexy when like the top is going from like one bottom to another bottom. I think that's really hot. And I picture myself as both, like Road Runner style. Like I'm going like from one end of the bed to the other, and I'm just like, wait, me again.
You put on a wig.
Yeah, I was like, wait, it's a different person. But then I saw Miss fucking Kate Maddox.
Too weirded out.
No. Miss Kate Maddox, love you. You're hot, and the dick is good. I still would. At the Gay VN Awards, though, if we're gonna read the Miss Met Gala girlies for like, you know, doing a look or missing,
what did she wear?
Miss Kate Maddox, the tan. She was Trump. It was Kate Trump. She was orange.
She's orange and she's plump. She's she's always pumped.
The Botox was pumped. I actually have to pull this up now because I want and I love this is coming from a friend, Miss Maddox. Like a concerned sister, concerned town citizen. Like I would love to give you advice. There's a person that we just talked about.
Oh, love.
Wait, how do I go?
You can just search the name, Mama.
But I don't know the interviewer. I'll go to Jonah Wheeler's profile. Jonah Wheeler, shout out to Jonah Wheeler, porn performer. Jonah Wheeler, Jonah Wheeler.
I've seen their stuff. Yeah.
This person.
Oh, I don't know them.
You don't?
No.
Well,
I'm not that gay.
They work for this brand.
Oh, never heard of it.
And they do interviews like in P-Town and everywhere, and like they're pretty famous, clearly.
Oh yeah.
And so let me show you Miss Kate Maddox.
Well, you think that? Him. He. Oh, sorry, not to dox, whatever. He one time messaged me that he was like, "Oh, love your TikToks" when I was really blowing up, and I thought he was so sexy, and I like started like trying to flirt back, and then he did not respond, and then I see him on Grindr all the time, and I'm always tapping, and he never responds, and I'm like, "Oh, so you think I'm funny, but you don't want to fuck me?"
Wow.
Not that I think that everyone needs to want to fuck me.
People, we're not trying to have just like a too insider of a conversation, but you could type underwear on Instagram, because we were just talking about underwear. Like
Okay.
This is a person who does underwear interviews, so that's all I want to say. But here's Miss Kate Maddox. Miss Cade. Oh, Miss Max Lord, love her.
That is.
See,
that's concerning.
Miss. Oh, that's Nancy Pelosi. Girl.
Not Nancy Pelosi.
I mean, he's incredibly hot, but the tan too long. It's giving Ken in the wrong way.
Yeah, I just
unfortunately.
I'm sorry. I just I can't stand a fake tan.
It's too fake. It doesn't look real. It doesn't look tan. It doesn't look brown. It looks orange.
It looks orange, and he's like too ripped. He's too ripped, and I love the outfit though. The outfit was gorge, girl. The outfit was really.
It was good. Yeah. So we give it to the outfit. Okay.
You would wear that.
Of course, I would wear that. Okay. Let's start. A shout out to this person. Shout out to Norbu. Also, hello from Africa.
Wait, hi.
I've been hyping the pod to all of my very homophobic high school classmates. Your pod has been the nicest gay escape in such a conservative country. I live in Tanzania. Aww. This is crazy.
Hi, shout out.
Townsperson from Tanzania, Africa. This is fucking wild, Nick. It's amazing. It's wild now with a cannon. And I also got tea about Grindr from the townsperson from Tanzania. So listen to this. We were talking about Grindr because the person was just like, I just found this out like a few days ago, but Grindr is so different here. You cannot screenshot. You can send as many expiring photos as you want, and when you drop pins on conservative places, it doesn't show profiles for like safety reasons.
Oh, interesting.
You know, so Grindr's actually putting in the work depending on their location, I guess.
I suppose to protect people's safety.
So shout out to Tanzania townsperson.
Shout out.
Thank you, Sam Hates, for listening. JJ Pat. Shout out to Sam from Boston.
Hi, Boston.
Obsessed. And then they said, "Can you give me a virtual kiss?" And then I said, "Nick or Peru?" Smiley face, like key emoji. Let us know where you're from. So they go, "Obsessed. I love the pod so much. Both if possible. You're my icons."
Wait,
from
love.
Boston. So we just did a kiss. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Virtual kiss. Thank you. We
charge for sloppy wet ones.
We saw, that was just like cutesy. For that wet one, you gotta have to charge. Shout out to Malaysia townsperson.
Shout out.
I think the name is May. Thank you, May, for participating and being a person of the town. And last one, right over here. Recently left New York City, now in SoCal at Valedictorian. They would like to know a very generic question for the town hall. They want to know dating preferences in the gay community, race, weight, height. That's a very generic question that I don't think we fully addressed in this pod. I think it's pretty easy to tell now from having heard this pod a lot that like my type is different than Nick's type, and sometimes the Venn diagram coincides.
Yeah, but very rarely.
Very rarely. But for me,
it coincided earlier today.
Oh, very much so. We're not gonna talk about that. But I like as Nick will call them Hell's Kitchen gays. But like I feel like I find myself there. But I mean, I really have the taste for everyone. Like tattoo, like skater boys. Like of course, I'm an equal opportunity lover, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Nick is a much more specific type. I mean, Nick is like, 40 plus.
No, okay, that's not all I'm into. Like I'm interested in, I love a daddy, obvi. I'm attracted to like hairy and like I like hairy guys, facial hair. But I'm also like, I'm into like I could do like a jockey sort of like whatever. I feel like because like if you look at all of the men that I've ever like been interested in, they kind of like all range in terms of like visual appearance.
Yeah, so I feel like to answer that question,
it's based on energy.
It really, well, I mean, it is based on looks too, but
well, yeah, you have to be hot. Yeah, but that's subjective.
Yeah, so like for me, my type, I guess if I want to be super generic, is like primarily I like tall guys that are taller than me because I'm 5'6". So I like guys that are taller than me. You don't necessarily have to be like hunky or like six-packed or whatever. Like that's not for me. It's more about like, please be taller. Hopefully, I'm not really into short kings. I'm sorry, and Nick has his. I've
had my fair share of short kings. I don't care.
Lately, you've been into short kings, the ones that you've been mentioning.
Well, and I don't care necessarily about height. Height doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. I don't necessarily care about like obviously like someone's weight. I mean, I'm pretty active, so I would like to be with someone who's also like active and would like want to do those kinds of things with me.
Yeah.
But it's not like a requirement. I'm also like, and then. Yeah, it could be anyone.
Yeah. But really, like, you've heard us who we're fucking, but honestly, like, I'm not hung up. Contemporaries, I'm very fan of
you love a contemporary. I'm really into a bi guy, unfortunately. Those ones really do me dirty.
They be doing you dirty, girl.
And we've really stayed away. But then also the twinks be doing me dirty too, emotionally speaking.
Girl, the twonks, that's my contemporary twonks, is all who are fucking me right now.
See, I don't really fuck twinks. I just get emotionally like tortured by them. That's what happened. Like Taylor Swift tortured Poets Department. No, tortured Twinks Department. Celeb. That's literally me. Because it's like every like guy that like has kind of like destroyed my life emotionally speaking has been a twink. Yeah.
Listen.
And then the ones that like
we don't fuck around.
No, and the ones that fuck me within an inch of my life to the point where I'm like, I'm in love with you. Like I would do anything for you to keep this. They fuck me over, but then I like at that point they didn't emotionally fuck me over. I'm just sad that I lost the good dick.
Just responding like LOL to anything you say.
Yeah, or I'm like, you ghosted me, and they're like, no, I didn't. LOL. And then it's like, well, then let's hang out, and then it's crickets, and it's crickets for days, and then they go, hey.
The hey after a few days, like one of the contemporaries that we spoke about a few episodes ago that was fucking me good. I was trying to like hook it up on text, and then they stopped responding, and I was like, all right, well, whatever, I'm not really emotionally invested. So but then they started hitting me up on Grindr, and I was just like, bro, just text me. Who are we lying? Like, you're here pretending that like we haven't talked on fucking text, and that we have, like, just text me.
Oh my god, did I talk about the hookup that I was supposed to have, and then he like he rescheduled?
Yeah.
Did I say why he rescheduled?
What was it?
He was in a bad mood.
Oh, well.
Did I say that?
That's I mean, listen. If you need to reschedule because you're in a bad mood, protect your mental health.
No.
Don't be like Nick here trying to coerce you into fucking when you don't want to pull through.
That's not what I'm saying.
With the gig, okay?
That is not what I'm saying.
Exactly what you're saying.
What I'm saying is come up with just lie to me. I don't need like, don't be so honest. Like we
What? You know what? Honesty?
like for me, like I'm like the thing
What
was,
do you want to say? I'm bloated?
The thing was, I didn't really want to go in the hookup that bad either. So when I texted to like check in and be like, oh, did you still want to hang out? All you could really just say was like, oh, let's reschedule. Cause he did say like, let's reschedule. But then he prefaced it being like, oh, I'm in a really bad mood today. And I'm like, you could just say let's reschedule. Cause I was like, now I'm like.
But weren't you in the support 2 episodes ago of the guy that like finally fucked me, but then he told me the reason why we hadn't fucked before after talking forever was to look out for his mental health? this is the same thing. That person's being honest with you and telling you they're in a bad mood.
But we don't.
So Miley was good.
No, but
Miley was good.
But we don't have that kind of relationship where I'm like, we can be fully honest with each other like that. I'm like,
me neither with that guy. But I'm like, flat out told me he had mental health issues.
I'm like, just say that you're just be like, oh, I'm not feeling well. Like, you know, you're just like, oh, I'm in a bad mood. I don't know. There was something about it that just felt kind of silly and dumb to me.
Well, you put him in a bad mood.
Me texting him being like, you still.
Yeah. He was like, fuck off, Twinks.
He was like, fuck, I forgot about that shit. And then he's like, now he's pissed off.
One last shout out to let's see, don't know the name. I guess we won't say a name, but loving your podcast from the gay vacation capital of the world, Rehoboth Beach in Delaware.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Wow, I had no idea that was a destination. But hello,
is that
Delaware.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I have no idea how it's pronounced, but that's how it's read.
Okay.
It goes Rehoboth, Rehoboth, Rehoboth.
Rehoboth.
I don't know. We're okay. Beyond what I just already shared at the top of the episode, I don't really have a town hall besides that I'm working on my show tirelessly and I'm reaching a point where like I need a break, so I'm having, you know, some time for myself, and I got fucked yesterday, and you know, I'm just doing my thing. But before we wrap up the episode, I feel like we could circle back on the town hall from last week that we left as a teaser. I don't recall who it is who submitted it, but whoever you were, thank you. And the town hall suggestion was, what do you do when your friend's dating somebody you hate or someone you don't like?
Kill their boyfriend. Shoot them with a gun.
But listen, this comes up a lot more often than y'all think.
No, okay, you guys would not believe this has happened to me on so many occasions, mostly in high school when me and my girlies.
So many occasions in 8th grade and 10th grade.
No, one of my best friends, Lexi, I love her down. I love her. She's like my sister. She's my best friend from like literally since middle school. But I have hated literally every single boyfriend she's ever had except for the one that she has currently, who's like I think gonna be the end all be all for her. And it was like the first, because like every man that she's ever been with, like every time I've met them, I'm like, girl, you could do so much better. Like I was like, girl, like this guy, like you're so much better than this man, like why are you like putting up with this, whatever. And I'm pretty upfront and honest about it from the very beginning. Like if we're really close and like you're like a sister to me, I will just say, listen, I will support you and I will support your decisions that you make, but just know that I think you can do better, and I think that this person is not the right one for you. But you know,
okay, Nick,
in a way that's not so like, I don't know, like not so like abrasive.
I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to call you out because that is something you can get away with when you're in high school.
Well, that's what I did in high school. Yeah. In
high school, there's no stakes. Like after high school, everyone moves on. And even if you're still friends, high school, there's no stakes because most people are moving on from high school and not like marrying their high school sweetheart.
Sure.
You know?
And I've had friends since where they've had partners that were controversial.
Yes.
For a lot of reasons. And I will say another one of my really close friends, this was a couple of years ago, she started dating somebody that there was a lot of drama surrounding the relationship that she got into because she was like dated one of her like friends like exes or whatever, and so it was like very touchy subject and whatnot, and that person was also a very controversial figure for like other reasons. And I remember she had asked me what my opinion was and what I thought about the whole situation. I said, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you, that person that you're with, not my favorite person. I don't condone their actions and what they've done and things that they've said and whatever. I love you and I respect you, and if this is what feels right for you, great. But you know, it was like a similar situation. It's like, I'm gonna support you no matter what, but you asked for my opinion, so I'm gonna give it to you because I love you enough to let you know that I think that this is not the relationship for you. And she knew that, and like she like respected that I said that to her. And then sure enough, they obviously didn't last because it was like not meant to be, because she came to realize that she was going through something. But like it was one of those situations. It becomes a little bit more dicey when it is like they're like, I'm so in love and like this is the one, you know what I mean? But like if they kind of have an inkling that this isn't gonna work out either, then I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, the sad truth of this is, townsperson, that like, unfortunately, my opinion is it's none of your fucking business. Like, unless it's affecting you personally.
But depends on why you dislike the person.
Yes. One thing, listen, if your friend is in danger, if fucking the partner's abusive or something, please intervene. Like, be the good person. When you just don't like the person that they chose, unfortunately, unless they explicitly ask you for your opinion and you want to be honest and you want to say like, hey, well, you know, there's been a couple of instances where it's been awkward or this and that. Unfortunately, like, it's none of your business to like be like, you shouldn't be dating this person. Oh, this person's bad for you, because people gotta learn on their own. If it's and the thing is, like, for the most part, it doesn't really affect. Sometimes for example, this happens where like, oh, the friend suddenly starts dating a person and then they disappear, right? Because they're just hanging out with that person, and you don't see your friend for a bit, and you're like, oh my god, whatever happened to so and so? And you're like, well, they're dating someone, and you're like, okay, well, you just recognize your friend's patterns. Like, every time they're in a relationship, they just like, you know, bounce.
Sure.
But sometimes like you'll have a friend who like starts dating somebody that the group doesn't get along with, and you don't really vibe, and it's not really cool, and there's definitely red flags and issues, but it's really not up to you to bring it up unless the friend brings it up. If your friend gives you the fucking go of being like, hey, so like, what do you think, you know? And even then, if the what do you think is just like, hey, what do you guys feel, you know, if you're a good friend at first, you're gonna be like, yeah, they're nice, you know, like, you know, you're just gonna pick on the one quality of the person, be like, very fun, energetic, yeah, you know, like loves to hang out, you know, loves to go out.
Yeah.
But then, unless the person's wanting to have like an honest conversation with you about it, then that's when you pitch in, you know, if your friend, for example, that you're referring to, and they're like, hey, like, I don't know, like, I've been feeling like I've been going through stuff. Like, what do you think? Like, do you have, like, have you felt that way, or like, do you think that way? Then, if you want to be the good friend, then you're like, okay, girl, well, can I be honest with you? Because you're bringing it up. I'm going to tell you, like, this, you know, we've talked about this, that, but, like, you know, and I'm one to say, because, like, I've also been a person who, like, we're all hanging out, and after a few drinks, you know, like, I'll say something, or, like, whatever, and, like, that's gotten me in trouble before, and, like, ultimately.
But the thing is also, it's like, listen, yes, I would say don't say anything unless you're asked your opinion. If the person is asking you what you think, then great. Because in those instances, yeah, I was asked what my opinion was, and I was like, you know what, this person I am super close with, and when I'm like really close to someone, I can't lie to them. Like, I'm not going to lie to them. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and you know, and it's knock on wood, has thankfully never like backfired on me, because you know, they trust my opinion or whatever. But I also think that, like, God, what was I gonna say? I had to. Oh wait, no. I lost it. It's gonna come back. Oh, okay.
We held on to it.
But also, that being said, if it's a situation where the closest people involved to in this person's lives, if it's a trend where all of the people that they're friends with do not like the person that they're with, that has to say something.
Well, of course. And listen, you can finish your thought. Absolutely. If it's not just you, and if it's a completely decision between a few group of people, that is already a red flag. So continue.
But and so I've been in experiences before where, I mean, I've never been in a relationship, but I've had situations in which I've been like in sort of like one-sided relationships with people where it was clearly not right for me to be in, and all of my friends were like, this is a bad idea, you should probably stop. And as the person in it, I was like, I know, but like, you know, like it's nice for now, you know. And so, but the whole time knowing that it wasn't going to work out. And they were right. My friends were right for speaking up. And it's like, ultimately, it's like, from an outsider's perspective, you have a better view of what's going on sometimes, because you are kind of unbiased, because you don't have emotional stakes in the relationship.
Yeah, of course.
So you can look at it from kind of an unbiased opinion and say, listen, this is what's working, what's not working, and present that to that person. And because then they can take whatever that information is and do with it what they will. They could be like, okay, great, I'm glad, thank you for telling me, but I disagree and I'm going to keep doing this. Or, oh, thank you, I'm going to consider that. And usually, more often than not, I mean, I don't know, it'll work out the way it's supposed to.
I know.
But I do think there's something to be said that if somebody feels the need or feels compelled to be truthful and honest to you and say, listen, these are the things that I dislike about these are the things that I have issues with your partner over, and I think I just wanted to make you aware of it. That should count for something, and I think you should be able to communicate with your friends about it.
You should, but the last piece of advice on this, and it's not really advice, it's more like just a tip. Having been in that situation before, if you feel compelled, like Nick is saying, it's all fair. If you know you're ultimately trying to be a good friend, that's all fair.
Yeah, if you're just trying to be helpful.
Great. Just be prepared.
Sure.
That the response you're going to get is probably not going to be good.
Well, it depends on the person and your relationship with them.
Like,
it's a case by case basis.
Yes, but also let me tell you this too, to be fair to the other person, because sometimes we are blinded by love or blinded by our need. Sometimes people just want to be in a relationship so bad they just get into something without fucking even being the right person. They were just like, okay, I need to, I just have to get married, have kids, whatever, what have you. But some people, because our egos are there and whatever, we all keep thinking oh yeah, because we're good friends, I'm sure my friend's gonna be like, yes, I hear you. Just get ready. Just prepare yourself. If you want to be that honest with your friend, please feel free, but just know and prepare yourself that
you have to read the room,
that your friend may not receive it well, and you're just gonna have to be prepared for that. So if you really want to do that, just be prepared. I'm not saying you cannot repair your friendship. I'm not saying that you won't be able to make up, but I am saying that when you do want to be that truthful with somebody and you do want to be that person, you're going to have to also bear the burden that maybe your friend's not going to respond well to that. Maybe your friend's going to be like, who are you to say? Or no, or I don't think so. And then you're going to find yourself in a situation where it's just okay, am I about to just get into an argument now with my friend about their partner?
Well, yeah.
It's like the Sex in the City fucking a thing. When Miranda was famously Miranda tell fucking Carrie, she was like, what are you gonna do in Paris? Eat croissant? Then Carrie was like, yeah, maybe I want to eat croissant. And then Miranda was just like, you're living in a fantasy. And then Carrie goes like, yeah, well then why don't you not move to Paris with him? And then she did. And then she hated it.
Right, your friends are right.
But I mean, it means they got into a huge fight. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't all fucking roses.
I mean, but also, listen, I think if
but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
No, I understand what you're trying to say, but also if your friendship if your relationship with this person is important enough to you and you feel the need to say something or feel the urge to be honest and truthful with them, then I would say honor that, because clearly there's something about that relationship that you want to maintain, and that clearly there's love and care there. Yeah, I know,
but what you're saying is also a little bit selfish. It's more it's almost like saying oh well, what I feel about your relationship is really important. So
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, but don't be so selfish about it.
That's not what I'm saying.
Nick just said read the room, and I think it's very important. You can't just go out and start shit.
No,
you're gonna have to read the room about when to address it, if you want to address it. And honestly, depending on what stage you are in your life, this can all go over your head. Because maybe, I don't know who this townsperson is. Maybe this townsperson is in high school. Maybe this townsperson is in college. And to that, I would say, girl, just...
They're going to break up anyway.
Girl, they're going to break up. Just going to be just deal with it, Just make up an excuse if y'all don't want to hang out together. If it's low stakes, just sure, whatever. Let your girlie learn on their own. But then just have enough time for all of you to hang out outside of the relationship so you can kiki and cock and like gossip about, you know, like, oh, that person's so annoying. But you know what I'm saying? Because then there's no stakes. Just let them live. They'll learn, you know, but you need to know in what area you are. Because if this is like adults and stuff where like they're moving in together or like sharing, you know, that shit gets complicated.
Right. Yeah. But and again, it's never. I'm not telling you to approach it from a selfish way. I'm saying if you're one asked your opinion, great, give it. I'm not saying that your opinion is right, but it's just that if you feel a certain type of way. I mean, honesty. I just believe in honesty in relationships with people.
Yeah, me too.
So, and read the room, obviously, because it's like
read the room.
'Cause that's how I operate. Like, if I know it's gonna upset somebody, like I'm not gonna say it because it's like whatever. But if it's a moment in which I feel that it'll be my message will be received in the way that I want to give it, then I'll do it. And sometimes it doesn't always go that way. I've gotten into plenty of arguments with people because the way that I phrased something was not received in the way that I intended.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it happens. You have a pioneer. My trailblazer for the week is gonna be I think her name's Tina from the new Hulu true crime series Beauty Queen Killer 90s of Terror. Miss Tina was kidnapped. She was kidnapped in the 80s for 9 days.
Boo.
No, it's like crazy.
I
It's
know,
crazy.
I'm
It's
joking,
crazy.
I'm
It's crazy. It's
joking, I'm
crazy. I watched it all. I watched the first 2 episodes last night, and I watched the third one today before you came over. And like this girlie got kidnapped, and then was like basically forced to be an accomplice for this man who was like going around kidnapping girlies and killing them. And she lived and survived to tell the tale, and she's a badass queen. And she's got so much going on. Like, mama, I hope she's got a good therapist, because when they interview her, she's
you can tell she's fucked up.
She's certainly a shell of a person. but she's truly a trailblazer. And happy that she survived and she made it out safe. And if you have Hulu, I mean, not sponsored, but it was really entertaining, so I recommend.
Cute. I guess my trailblazer is CDs and video camera footage.
Wow. Okay.
I recently unpacked for my show a lot of footage from camcorder from my childhood, and I didn't realize the impact that could have. It's very impactful, and I would recommend you all make fun of people like, you know, like us Gen Alphas, like always on our phones and always like taking video. But like, guess what? Like, back then when people didn't have phones, which I wouldn't know about,
because you weren't born,
people were, you know, taking videos on camcorders to commemorate or just like mark time. And it is really, you know, eye-opening in so many ways to like revisit footage from like, you know, years past. So I just want to, you know, my pioneers, just, you know, the CD and camcorder industry, the footage, found footage.
Great. You can follow us at Pioneers and Trailblazers on YouTube. Subscribe, leave a comment if you like, and then give us a like and share as well.
Listen, not if you like. If you're fucking listening to this and you're watching, we're over 900 on Spotify. We're about to be on 700 on YouTube. We want to get those numbers. We want to get those metrics. I'm sorry. Nick might try to play coy. We got to put some pep in our step. Our last video, a flop. You guys weren't commenting.
Oh my God.
The few videos before, you guys were all over it.
It's the algorithm, mama. It's the algorithm.
But let's fucking fight the algorithm and have the townspeople really show up and show out.
Okay, and then you can follow us on Instagram at Pioneers and Trailblazers.
Don't police me. He's policing my opinion.
I'm just segueing to the next topic, which is
saying that the townspeople love us and we love them so much. Like, you know, let's get this off the ground.
No, and we see the love and we cherish it so much.
Thank you.
And you can follow us on Instagram at Pioneers and Trailblazers. You can follow Peru at Hey Peru, or on Instagram and TikTok, and you can follow him at Hey Peru _ at Twitter, and you can follow me on Instagram at Nicholas.Rose. Twitter is clownfacebitch, and then TikTok is clownfacebench. Bye.
I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying.
What do you mean? I was just going to our outro.
I'm just, call to actioning because we know that helps.
No, and thank you for the call to action.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to keep us on course. I'm trying to keep us on the trail. Because we're heading west and we're setting up town.
Yeah, but we want to make it west.
We're expanding. Yeah, well, and that's why I'm
doing
and
it.
I'm following the route.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to it. So you're going. I keep us on the road, and you like to keep a little flair,
I'm just like showcasing the road. I'm
right,
like, here's
exactly.
how we do the road.
Okay. Anyway, bye.